All right, my loves, I'm back for my second or third time today. I wanted to speak on homosexuality, then get out of this car and go back in my house, into the clean air. Um, Welcome to my channel. I'm Kim the Goddess. I'm your favorite empath intuitive. I am a shaman. I'm healer, empath, intuitive, as I just said, here to bring spiritual messages that I receive from spirit, to deliver to the collective. Any information that you need about myself or my channel will be down in the description box below. This is going to be the second video today in my Let's Talk series, because I promised to bring you guys the video on homosexuality, on transgender, on gay, lesbian, those things. And this is a touchy subject. So I'm sorry, y'all. I just remembered some stuff that I could have said in that video that I left off, that I'm just going to have to make a separate video on. My daughter. I should be a pen in here, but alright, so let's talk about homosexuality. So if you follow me on Twitter, I've spoken, briefly on this topic. I'm going to cut this off because I've spoken briefly on the topic, and I made certain posts about it, and then y'all see me make what y'all call gay statements and all of those things. So number one, love is love. Okay? We have to understand that our intention behind everything we do determines a lot. Okay? It is not a sin to have love and attraction for the same sex. If it's lust, that intention, okay? If it's lust, that's something different. If it's true, genuine, pure love, then there's nothing wrong with that, okay? The lines get blurred when we convince ourselves that God made a mistake in forming who we are and who we came into this life as. For example, yes, I have attraction and love for the opposite sex. And I'm going to use, they're telling me yes to speak from my personal experience. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Yes, I have love and attraction for the opposite sex. The way that it was introduced to me was in a way that was malicious. It wasn't good. It was in the form of abuse. And it was done that way to confuse me. And I've said before, I felt like it was trying to make me feel like I was supposed to be something outside of what I am. So because of the sexual abuse, I was confused on the topic. I felt like it was wrong. Like, even when I got in my first situation where I still love this person, I felt wrong. Like, after we would have sex, or I would somehow feel wrong about doing it. And that's because of how it was introduced to me, number one. Number two is that, I hope that's not a baby mosquito. I gotta get out this car. And number two, my religious upbringing. I heard the word bull dagger. I heard carpet muncher. It was introduced as something that was wrong. Okay? When deep within me, I'm like, okay, I really love this person. How could me loving having real serious love for this person, me wanting the best for this person, how could me wanting to make this person happy, how could that be wrong? And I didn't realize this until literally a couple of days ago. I've been having a lot of epiphanies. I've been getting a lot of downloads, and I began to cry because I realized it's because of how it was introduced to me, and that's what prompted me to ask Spirit again. And they told me and confirmed, and I probably should have my pendulum, that that's not wrong, okay? If you are doing it for lust, if you're doing it to manipulate and those things, then yes, that is wrong. Just because you have an attraction for the opposite sex, that does not mean that you were put in the wrong body, okay? I struggled with that at a certain part of my life because I was raped, because of all of the sexual abuse that I endured. I felt like they're trying to turn me into a stud. They're trying to, maybe I'm supposed to be a man. You know what I mean? Like, okay, these women are attracted to me. Maybe because, you know, like, that's what I felt like. But then I had to come to the understanding of myself that, Kim, no, God didn't put me in the wrong body. God didn't make any mistakes with me. I am who and what I am supposed to be. And I attract women and people of the same sex just being me. And I told myself that if anyone comes into my life and tries to change that, then they're not for me. Then this is not the situation for me. Why would I need to change and alter me to make you feel comfortable or to make you comfortable within yourself? So, transgender, yes, that is wrong. Because you are telling yourself that God made a mistake. You are telling yourself that you are broken. You are telling yourself that I don't want to say you're a disease or I feel like you're psychologically programming yourself to believe that you are a mistake. You know what I mean? And that's wrong. No, we should not be, and we do it out of comedy, we do it out of funny and all of those things, but we should not be dressing men dressing up as women. We should not be women dressing up as men. We should not be doing those things. So as far as homosexuality, if you feel a strong attraction to the opposite sex, you don't have to be what society tells you to be. And that goes back to that video I just did. So society and church and the Bible tells us that a man and a woman is supposed to be together, and anything outside of that is an abomination. That was based on someone else's own personal comfort and understanding and concept of life, and that doesn't make it right. Okay? And that's why I want to use my pendulum, because it's like, how do we know what you're saying is, you know? That's why I like to use my pendulum. Okay? There was something else that came to my mind just then. As far as being someone that grows up and feels like, and RuPaul's Drag Race brought this to my mind because I like watching that show. And what I love about the art, to me, I see it as an art. It can go deeper, but I see it as an art. I see it as a way for people to express their individuality. That's what I love about it. I love that they don't have a fear to live outside of what society says you're supposed to be. I love that they don't care. They just live. They just express themselves however it makes them feel fulfilled and happy within. That's what I love about it. Now, when you go into feeling like you have to alter who you are to feel happy, that's when the deep psychological stuff comes into play. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with being an individual and expressing your individuality, expressing that freedom. That's what being human is about. We have to learn to be human. We have allowed the church and the Bible and all of these things cause us to be uncomfortable with being human. This is another topic that I'll probably have part 1, part 2, part 3 on going forward, but I felt like that was important to say. No, there's nothing wrong with me as a woman being comfortable in jeans and a sweatshirt and just not feeling like I gotta put on makeup or put on heels and put on a dress to be feminine. There's not a uniform, dead set structure on what it means to be feminine and masculine, because I'm looking at these flowers, I'm looking at animals, I'm looking at things that both have masculine and feminine traits within them. It's about finding that balance. Okay? All right. So, like I said, this is a topic that I'll probably elaborate more on as I start to see conversations. That's how things come up to me, and that's what gives me the idea to get information from Spirit to deliver to you guys. So I hope this helped you. I hope that this provided you with some type of enlightenment, some type of empowerment. I hope it answered some of those questions that, you have deep within yourselves, and just as a collective. That's what I'm here for. I don't know why people are afraid to talk to me. But that's what I'm here for, okay? I will be opening up myself and starting something to get spiritual life coaching going, to answer my calling in helping you guys, okay? I'll make that announcement, but I appreciate those that do watch these videos, those that do incorporate these conversations into their platforms and into their purposes and their practices, because the things I speak on and I put out aren't to hurt or harm anyone. It's to help create and bring that balance that we all need as a society, as a human race, as a world, So I love you. I want you to please stay safe. I want you to be blessed and stay blessed, because you are blessed.